Welcome back to Brown Sugar Shade. Brown Sugar Shade. Brown Sugar Shade.
Be normal. She's Ashley. I'm Kayla.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Kayla.
And today,
Miss Glasses, hat,
apparently, rock is for white people and rap is for black people.
That's not exactly what I said, but the gist of it is that like music tends to have a certain stereotype.
I don't know, guys, but as you can see, I'm representing us goth kids who are called white.
You see,
for
so
listening to rock
she's
music.
proving the point already. Growing up in Barbados, if you listen to rock as a black child,
I've become so numb.
I can feel you.
No! No! No!
Anyways, the point is,
I love Linkin Park.
it
We love
tends
each
to
other.
have a certain connotation around it, no matter who started it. Because she's a musician, so she knows about the origins and all that stuff that nobody else cares about. So, not nobody, just y'all musician nerds. Y'all know, the regular public
The regular
does not
public.
is not in tune
So,
with.
can I do a little bit of backstory?
Fine.
So recently, even me, I'm just learning every day.
Uh-huh.
So we're talking about Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and we're gonna put a little blurb about her. They call her the godmother of rock and roll. The godmother of rock and roll. Let's read a little bit.
And just to be clear, this is a black woman.
Yes.
It's not a
Sister,
black name.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe is credited as the godmother of rock and roll. Before Elvis, Johnny Cash, or Little Richard, there was Sister Tharpe, a black woman who forged her own sound in a male-dominated industry, and she did not ever get the credit she deserved.
So when she started it was already male dominated. And it's probably white male dominated.
No, Kayla.
Or just male dominated as a music
dear
industry.
Lords.
I need these contexts and parameters. I need to know exactly what you're saying.
Industry, as in the music industry, is male-dominated.
Oh, at what context?
This is
history was
this is 1950s and before.
So,
Good Lord, you say you don't care about history, but you're making me Google it.
no, I don't. No. I say the regular people in the world generally don't care about the history of things.
So why are you asking me about it?
I just wanted correct context. I need to know exactly what you're saying.
So she was born in 1915, if you'd like to know.
Poor thing.
So she gained popularity into 1930s and 40s with her gospel recordings characterized by a unique mixture of spiritual lyrics and electric guitar.
Where's she from?
America.
What part of America?
Gosh, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Ooh, where is that? Arkansas. Ooh.
I don't know, but she passed away in Pennsylvania. She got
Guys,
somewhere that we're familiar with.
But if states had like races, Arkansas would definitely be white.
Okay.
That's not what we're talking about.
Arkansas. Sorry, get off track. Sorry.
Anyways,
Right, bring it back. Right, music.
music. So I pulled up, as I like to, a little piece of Reddit, and this person said they're not trying to spark any judgment or prejudice. They're told to be as cautious as possible. But as a white person, I can't help but notice that black people aren't equally represented in all music. They disproportionately feature in music genres like blues, jazz, and soul, but are far and few between in rock, metal, or normal music.
Normal. That's in pop.
I don't know.
I guess normal will have to be pop culture.
Similarly, you rarely see black people in contemporary, classical, or orchestral music.
That's true. That's true. I mean, the orchestral one we could understand because like that was a very like. I feel it's a very it started like a very European kind of thing, you know.
I don't like to say started because defining the origins of things is very difficult to trace.
Yes.
We've all been educated in whitewashed societies, you know? Like,
But that's exactly what I'm saying. So like, regardless of the origin, regardless of who started it, who's in it, who's doing it, who's listening to it, music genres tend to have a certain, like when you say a genre, you think of a certain type of person listening to that genre. You know, and that's all I'm saying. It's like regardless of the fact, like, yes, black kids can grow up listening to rock. You can probably get bullied for it. Let's be honest.
yeah, it makes me sad.
Yeah,
It made me sad growing up. My first email address was gothgirl96.
she was so cringy.
I only like I listened to metal while I clean. You know, like how like Caribbean parents like put on like old calypso and stuff to clean, I put on heavy metal. Helps me focus.
Me and mommy were concerned. That's all. That's all I have to see. We were concerned. We were like, is she okay? Like, should we? Is this a problem? Is this a phase? Like, what should we do here? But that's what I'm saying. It has connotations, and like we can even get off a rock. Let's go to rap. Rap is a predominantly black genre, and when we talk about black, we talk about gender as well because it's like black male.
What about H from the UK with grime? And what about Marshall Mathers? AKA
I said predominantly. And when he made it to the crowds. He's come to our side. Let's be real.
He's invited to the cookout.
He can kind of cookouts.
Americans
But
like to say.
Predominantly is the word I'm saying. The important word here, because yes, of course, there are people of other races who are into rap, but it's still dominated by a certain race and a certain gender.
Maybe they're more like cultural connotations with each. Maybe it's a where you grew up kind of thing more than a
What do you mean?
what color you are.
What do you mean?
I feel like, especially in the US, so I watched Straight Outta Compton, and it gave the impression that the hip hop and consequently the rap genre was kind of birthed from that grungy area. I don't want to say the ghetto, but born from the ghetto, like born from difficult
Circumstances.
economic circumstances in particular, and maybe that's why Eminem got into rap. You guys have to tell me what you think. If it's a case of a socioeconomic kind of impact,
Okay,
maybe?
but that could work for rap. But let's switch it up completely and go to like country, which Bay is reclaiming.
It's not she's
Queen.
reclaiming. She was always a country girl.
But I think that people forgot about that. So she's reclaiming it. And obviously in Cowboy Carter, her last album, she was like,
But that was not her first country song.
It was not her first country song, but because she's become so huge and she become like a mainstream artist, one of the best mainstream artists.
Arguably. Carry on.
Let's not start. Right, a mainstream artist that people kind of forgotten basically. And remember when she did the Super Bowl thing, which was iconic, and it's like they had like these funny reactions to it, and like people like forgetting that Beyonce is black, quote unquote, because she made it into the mainstream, and she looks black, she wears her braids, she wears her hair out, she does everything, but because she was mainstream and like all the races and genders, maybe more women than men, but you get my point, follow her, that there was this era of forgetting that she's country, forgetting that she's black, or so remember when the Super Bowl thing came out, how huge it got because it was like, oh wow, like she was really, well, it was a statement. It was a statement piece, as we all know. It was a statement piece.
That makes me sad.
So was the Cowboy Carter album. It was a statement. She was just like, don't forget where I come from.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that people kind of forget race after a while?
I don't know if it's good or bad, but it proves the point that music has a certain racial connotation depending on the type of music.
Music has color.
Music has color. Yeah.
I hate that. I don't think music should have color.
Just because it's not a case of if it should or shouldn't, is if it does or doesn't, and I think it does. Just because you don't want it to doesn't mean it doesn't. It doesn't exist. Like, you get me?
I suppose. I guess for me, because I've always listened to genres that are predominantly white, as we're saying here.
Name those genres other than rock.
Heavy metal. I don't know
what heavy metal you listen to.
Would you like me to sing one right now?
Oh, do I even know?
Wake up!
I don't even know who you are right now.
That's my favorite. You know that song.
I do know that song.
I don't think you trust. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Fair.
That was funny. Anyways, is there anything else to really associate with being white? Because I would more associate classical music with being Asian at this point. You feel me? Like in the tube, I'm seeing all these Asian kids with their cellos and their violins.
Fair enough. But I feel like it started from like a very European, like when you think orchestra, I'm thinking playing for like kings and queens, because that's how we've been conditioned to think. You associate certain things with certain things, and I associate orchestra with like an opera or like playing for the king and queen back in like, I don't know, you know, the early 1800s
guess.
or whatever. You get my point. Versus if we switch it over to like pop and like my Swifties out there. When you think of Taylor Swift and you think of her fan base, it's a particular group of people
We
that you
were
think
Swifties.
of. We used to be Swifties, and why are we not Swifties anymore?
Because she changed her music.
She changed her music and she changed her style, and then being a Swiftie kind of gives you it puts you in a category of persons, like automatically. I'm not saying
So you
it's good
think
or
you're
bad.
Oreo if you're...
It had that. So if me as a Black Caribbean girl going to my friends at 15, 16 saying I listen to Taylor Swift, everybody gonna look at me like, okay, Oreo? Yeah. You know, it has a certain
For those who don't know, black on the outside, white on the
inside.
inside.
Yeah. So it's like when you're doing
delicious.
things outside of your race, basically. You're doing things outside of the box that your race fits into, which is, I'm not saying it's a good thing, because obviously stereotyping and boxing people into certain categories is not inherently good. But my point is, with music, it tends to be the case. It's like when you're listening to, so I'm an R&B girl, so I listen to my SZA, I listen to my Georgia. Oof. But again, these women are women who are the same race as me, and like obviously we have more in common. Versus these Swifties, it tends to be people who look like them, who listen to them. Does that make sense?
This makes me sad. This genuinely makes me sad because I feel like music should always be about how it makes you feel. Like, why am I closing my eyes, or why am I judging? Like, why am I getting? Some people would say they might get fearful of this, like, see a big black guy and he's playing like rap music out loud, versus like a black person being scared of some white guy walking around blasting heavy metal. Like, why? I don't know why.
I don't know where the stigma and the connotation stems from, but I just tell you like what it's produced in modern age, and I don't think it's something that we're gonna get too far away from. I don't think it's very hard to break those those barriers.
I suppose. I'm also one of those people who's extremely colorblind, because somebody had to point out to me when I was like 13 that my mother is not, like, I'm a lot darker than my mother, and I was like, really? Like, I'm generally colorblind, and the more I grew up and the more that I learn, the more that people tell me when I sing certain songs, oh, I'm so surprised you know that.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised you don't know that. For example, I don't know a lot of Prince music. I don't know a lot of African American, like, classic music. Like Tina Turner, they're not huge for us growing up in the Caribbean. So, like, for example, I can't sing Kiss word for word. I love the song, don't get me wrong. But I can't sing those I don't know those songs word for word the same way that an African American may not know Maisie from Barbados, like, word for word. And a Bajan would, you know?
So you're saying it's not so much race, that it's more of
maybe it's a cultural
thing.
Yeah. Maybe even, as I was trying to suggest earlier, socioeconomic kind of impact. Maybe certain groups or people from certain areas listen to certain music.
I hear you, but like Kendrick, everybody, like, okay, I guess he's mainstream, but like,
do you listen to Kendrick?
Only if it's a SZA song on, like, if Kendrick and SZA, banging duo.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Anyways, but Kendrick, like, for example, I feel like whether or not you're like African American or socioeconomic background, you listening to Kendrick.
Guys, I will be so honest right now. I listen to way more Drake than Kendrick.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Did Kendrick
Don't
kill
actually,
Drake?
don't
Did Kendrick kill Drake?
Stop.
Stop talking!
I'm sorry. Stop. He murdered him.
Stop it. Get some help.
Kendrick murdered Drake. Honestly, like, those are hits for sure. But I don't
Cut
listen
the
to
cameras.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Cut the cameras.
Kendrick is a much better artist than Drake. Flat up. But
We're not starting the whole Kendrick Drake thing. This is not what we're here for.
no, okay, but hold on. Let me get to my point. Drake
Search.
is a lot.
Cut the cameras.
I'm not a huge hip hop listener.
2 very boring minutes later.
Not good the cameras.
We're not here for Drake and Kendrick. We're
No,
not.
that's not what I'm going to talk.
Stop the cap.
That's not exactly what I'm going to talk about.
The video.
Let me finish, please. I believe The only time that I could say I've seen color in music is in that. When you put those two artists next to each other. Drake makes music that's more digestible for people who are not hardcore hip hop or that don't listen to rap regularly, which we're implying is not
Is outside
black.
of
Yes, outside of
the black community.
the black community. So he makes music that's a little bit more watered down, some may say, you know? And especially for me, I tend to fall into that gray area, literally a gray area, where I might listen to more white people music than black people music.
So you are saying that music has color. You do understand. You do understand that concept.
I'm sad about it, but I suppose
It does, and I feel like that's just the way it is.
why do things have to have color? Gosh.
Because that's the kind of world that we're in. It's not, everything is not all peachy and peaches and cream. Like, that's how it is. Does it make a difference now? I feel the biggest issue in it is that I think more with like black kids growing up is more difficult because I feel like if a white kid listens to Kendrick, they're cool. If a black kid listens to Taylor Swift, it gives them is a negative thing now. So it's like it almost like works against us. It's like because I teased her about the rock and stuff, but she was listening to it, so I was listening to it too. Not as much as she was, but I'm in it too. So, and I'm an indie girl. I love my Lana Del Rey. I love my Billie Eilish. Like,
Yeah.
I'm an indie girl, but like it has different connotations for us doing it than the other way around.
Our world is weird.
The world is weird. The world is weird.
weird. What are we gonna do about it? There's nothing we can do about it. I guess what we can do about it, which is normally the case in anything where we talk about race, is being educated. So, for example, understanding like when people talk about Elvis being like the father of that era and what's not, understanding where his music came from. Because I think it's very important to know the origin of things. Yes, you don't have to sit down and write a history book about it or write a whole
Dissertation.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But at the same time, you need to acknowledge that if you say something a little out of pocket, for example, that black people don't listen to rock, that people like me come for your neck.
Yeah, I feel like just giving, especially the younger generation, giving them that space to explore without feeling they have to hide it or feeling judged or feeling not black enough or not good enough or not.
And
or,
then,
you know,
on the other side, as you were saying, like, people outside of the black culture listening to black music will be seen as woke or be seen as more inclusive or be seen as cool.
right, which is a good thing. So why is it a good thing for them and not a good thing for us?
We need to work on that, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brood and
better.
Blunt, Brood and Blunt, Brood and Blunt, Brood and Blunt.
Yeah, let's get the vibes back up.
I want to put my legs up. Is it okay?
Actually, sorry.
Are you staying underneath me? Is it okay to wear socks with sandals?
In the house, yeah, sure. Wear whatever you want.
Can you
at
see my
home.
feet? Can you see my feet?
Oh my god, look at me. Brood and Blunt. Feet.
Is it okay? Wait, did you ask her?
You didn't ask the question? Oh, that was a question.
Is it okay to wear socks with sandals?
I did answer. In the house, yeah, do whatever you want. I mean socks and sandals in general, like outside?
Yeah.
Outside?
Like slides and socks.
I mean slides and socks. I feel a lot of Caribbean men do that. Just like all the gym bros when they, you know. But I don't know in this side
Would
of the
you
world.
date a guy that wears socks with sandals?
Ooh.
Why do I feel like your mom wears socks with sandals?
He does not. He does not. Because obviously we live in this city where a lot of sandals are not going on here. Not like sandals
enough.
and slides and stuff is in the house kind
So
of.
what do you how do you feel about seeing slides and socks outside? Yes or no?
I don't mind
3,
it.
2, okay.
I don't mind it, but not my man.
Mine either. I can't.
Not my man. I'm sorry.
I'll do it, but you can't. I'm
You can do
sorry.
it in the house. In the house is fine. Don't do it outside.
Okay. Should public naps be normalized?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Are you nuts?
I love a nap. Are you joking?
In
nap.
public?
A night I was coming home, it was like 8 p.m. and a man was sprawled across like 3 seats. And nobody bothered him because Maz was tired. Maz was tired. Have your
Wake
nap,
that
sir.
man up. Suppose he missed his stop.
That's not our problem. I'm sorry. Like, if you're napping on public transport, be in tune enough to wake up when your stop comes.
My
I'm not
gosh.
touching a random stranger in the tube, but do I respect him if he's having a nap? Have your
The
naps.
only
then.
public place I think you should be allowed to sleep is an airplane.
That's not really public, but I get you. And I used to sleep at school all the time in class. So I feel like public naps.
Go home and sleep, bro.
Well, they didn't. They
Sleep
won't
at
let me. They
night.
won't send me home. So, so I
Oh
got
my
sleep in class.
gosh.
Like it just has to be the way things are.
Okay. Would you rather always have to sing instead of talk, or always have to dance instead of walk?
I always have to sing instead of talk. I could get behind that.
I can get behind
I
that
feel
too.
like the videographer knows how noisy this house is on a daily basis. For that, I do apologize.
Okay, last but not least. I'm trying to pick which one. So this one doesn't apply everywhere because obviously in the Caribbean we do not have this. But should we abolish daylight savings time?
Yes. Yes.
Why? When the sun goes down, I want it to be after 6 p.m. Please. If you don't use daylight savings time, then it's gonna be bright. I mean, it still is. But you know what I'm saying?
But at 10 p.m. in summer, it's still bright, so it's not solving anything.
Daylight saving time is in December, at the end of the year, isn't it?
And but it's at 2 times of the year, so it's one
you're
is
right.
it's fall back, spring
And
forward,
it's different all over the world.
which is so
Which
confusing.
is
It's too much. It's too much. You know what? Abolish it across regions. So why is England one time and the rest of Europe is like an hour
Yeah.
or 2 hours? Just pick one, guys. Just pick
just
one.
stick to one.
If you're telling me
That I
the
could get
difference
behind
between
that.
like UK and Europe versus Australia, fine, obviously, because you know, whole different sided world, blah blah, cool. But telling me I come in from England and I go to France, I gotta do 2 hours or like stop. I just right across
Stop
the
it.
road, like it's too much.
Stop it.
It's too much.
All right, home Miami was a different time to Barbados.
You in the
Be
same,
so
you in the same
serious.
hemisphere, like be
Okay,
for real.
fine.
You get me?
So we should abolish it by region.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we could do an extra one. Would you rather live in a world without music or without movies?
Movies. I need music.
Indeed.
I need music to live. And I could get behind silent movies. Like give me some captions. I'm good. I'm good to go.
It says no movies at all. Like there's nothing to watch.
Oh, that's fine. Just give me music. Watch music videos.
That's a video.
That's not a movie though.
Okay.
It's a music video.
Anyways, we've come to the end of our episode. Let us know what you guys think. Does music have color to you? Do you understand where we're coming from with this? Why is it cool?
For
Why
one
is it
side,
not
why is it
cool?
not? Yeah. Let's get into it.
How do you think I look in all black? Should I do this more often?
It's hard to start wearing socks and sandals. If you do wear socks and sandals, live your life, but I can't get behind it. Stop it. Stop it. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Bye.
Oh, wait. Guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. You know, we're pretty new to YouTube, and it's not something that we're kind of accustomed to asking for. But if you're enjoying our content,
Just put the buttons at the bottom. You don't need to do all this. I hate when content creators do it. Like and subscribe to my channel.
So please whatever.
No, just put the buttons. Just put the buttons. Put the buttons. Boom, boom.
love you guys.
Bye.